Well, I won't like to name individuals, but overall, I think we are not up to the mark, both in the bowling and the batting department, because it was not a 300 run wicket. I felt we gave away a few extra runs, and you may say there were a few very good shots that were played, but I think we gave them width, and on a wicket like this, if you give width, then it becomes slightly easy for the batsmen to score. So I think that was one of the big mistakes that we committed, but we were brought back into the game by spinners. I think Jadeja bowled well, of course. Yuvraj, he got us those crucial breakthroughs when we really needed those wickets. So you may say on the higher side, but still, before the start of the second innings, we were quite satisfied with 305 runs because it seemed they could have scored more. So I think when we started, we were quite happy with it. And after losing the first wicket, I think there was a decent partnership, and I think we lost wickets at the wrong time. When it was not needed. It was very important that you keep building partnership and convert your 40s and 50s into big scores, because once you do that, if you're chasing a score of 300 or 305 or more, it becomes slightly easy for the individuals who are coming after you, and I think that's where we committed mistake. We lost quite a few in the middle overs.
Yes, sir. 300 wicket. How would you describe the wicket for first 50-over match here?
Well, it seemed on the higher side like a 260 odd run wicket, but again, as I said, it's something that we speculate, and what has really happened is 305. So it depends on how well you have bowled, and you have to see all those things, and also the fact that with that fifth fielder inside, if you commit mistake, there are more chances that the batsman will get the most out of you, and in today's scenario, it's 4 runs at least, and may go for a 6 also.
भाई लगता है अभी भी इंडियन टीम की डेथ ओवर में प्रॉब्लम है, क्योंकि लास्ट के 3 ओवर में 40 रन के आसपास गए और युवराज ने लगभग 6 ओवर में 34 रन दिया है, शायद पूरे ओवर उनको कंप्लीट नहीं कराएगा तो
वेल अगर युवराज का बॉल छोटा गिरने लगे तो दैट्स अ राइट टाइम कि उनको बॉलिंग से हटा देना चाहिए. सो जब उनकी बॉल छोटी गिरने लगती है, आई नो दिस इज़ इनफ फॉर हिम एज ऑफ नाउ. एंड कुछ ओवर जडेजा के बचे हुए थे, अश्विन को वापस लगा के देखा तो वो भी अच्छा डाल रहे थे. सो ओवरऑल आई वाज हैप्पी इन द मिडिल ओवर्स. बट आज येस लास्ट फ्यू ओवर्स में रन गए, बट अगर आप पैटर्न देखेंगे तो लास्ट जो कुछ ओवर्स है उसमें ऑलमोस्ट सारी साइड्स अगर ऑपोजिशन के पास विकेट है तो वो रन्स के लिए जाएगी. बट इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट दैट नए बॉल में हम ज़्यादा रन नहीं दें, क्योंकि 2 बॉल के साथ थोड़ा मूवमेंट रहेगा फास्ट बॉलर्स के लिए. तो वो समय क्रूशियल है कि आप एक टाइट लाइन डालें और हो सके तो 1 और 2 विकेट ले लें, बिकॉज अगर आप विकेट ले लेंगे तो फिर ऑपोजिशन है जो वो बड़े शॉट खेलने नहीं जाती है, एंड यू कैन मेंटेन दैट प्रेशर इन द मिडिल ओवर्स.
So Nandan, opposition side always plan their strategy to restrict our batters. Do you think they executed their strategy, their bowlers especially?
I think execution is very important. If you see, they didn't give us much room. They bowled the right length. I feel length was very important in this, and it was a wicket where they could have got slightly more. Their fast bowlers could have got slightly more compared to our fast bowlers. The reason they dig in the ball much harder, even if they bowl the same pace. Still with their height and the amount of shoulder they use, they get slightly more bounce. So I think they executed their plans really well, and I think that's where. We didn't really execute our plans well. So I feel it's important that if you have a plan, a set pattern or a plan, it's very important how you execute them.
Yes, MS, you mentioned about the fact that the Australian bowlers executed their plan strategy really well. Weakness against a short ball, a slight cause of concern for the team?
I don't think there's any weakness as such, because it's something that you guys love to say. We have done well. If you see, we went for Champions Trophy and we went to West Indies. We did well. We've done well in Australia also in the ODI. So let's not raise that thing again. You lose a few games, it's the short ball. And I think, as I said, we were in a good position. We played some bad shots. So it was a shot selection that was bad more than anything else. So let's keep it to that, and hopefully we'll improve.
Sachin, before the match you said it could be a 2-pace wicket. Did you actually find it that way, or it was a good wicket which the ball carried very nicely?
Once the dew started setting in, I felt there was something for the fast bowlers. You could get that extra bounce, and there was a bit of movement. Not very. I won't say it was consistent throughout, but with the new ball, they got a bit of movement. We also got a few, but only for the first few overs. I think 4 to 6 or 7 overs was the maximum where we got a bit of swing. But to start off, it was slightly too paced wicket. If you see, they are batting. There are quite a few balls that hit the bottom of the bat or didn't come on to the batsman. But as the game progressed, I felt it became much better for the batsmen. But still, also the fact that there was something for the bowlers, as the game progressed.
Sahi.
My couple of uncharacteristics that we notice. You normally invariably finish Bhubaneswar first and normally doesn't pull in the stop. That was one. And the rationale behind sending Suresh ahead of you.
Well, what we want is Suresh to bat at number 4 as of now for a considerable period of time. The only reason being, what we realized is who's the number 4 batsman for you. It's only Yuvraj Singh that you have got, and if he is in good form and we go in till the World Cup without anything happening, he'll be the batsman who may bat there. But if you don't, then all of a sudden, before the start of the World Cup, we can't say, okay, we don't have a batsman who bats at 4 for us, so we'll need some kind of an allowance. So I think we'll have to give him some kind of experience, batting at number 4. He has batted too long for number 6. That's why you see at times, these instinctive shots which you see and the batsman sees and goes after them. So I think it's very important that he uses these opportunities really well. And then we'll have 2 batsmen who have fair amount of exposure batting at number 4, because all the other slots, we have got players and even we have got replacement. But apart from Yuvraj Singh, I don't see anyone who has batted 50 ODIs at number 4. So that can be a big concern, and it's something that we will have to rectify from the point, because no point going too late and then saying, okay, we don't really have time to do that. So that's one of the things. And when it comes to bowling, you don't have a fixed plan as such. You have to see how the bowlers are bowling. If Bhuvi is bowling well, yes, I like to give him more overs because he can exploit the new ball more than the old ball. But also the fact, since he's part of the side for quite a long time now, he has to improve his death bowling. Yes, he has proved he can do it in IPL. He's quite consistent with his Yorkers. But it's always good to have bowlers who can bowl at the death also. The reason being, if one of your main bowlers has an off day, then it becomes very difficult. You are left with one fast bowler, and you'll have to use somebody like a Jadeja or an Ashwin to bowl in the last couple of overs. So it's very important that all the 5 bowlers they have the experience that they can close the game. Especially the 3 fast bowlers who play, they should be able to bowl at the end.
Last question, please.
Mahendra, I think before this series there was an expectation that Australia was the serious underdogs, especially in Australia. The feeling was that India were heavy favourites. Do you feel like Australia's been underestimated a little bit?
Well, we never underestimate anyone. I think it was from your side again, like that gentleman said, we can't play short ball. It's you who's saying the Australian team was the underdog. So it's not about that. What you have to see is, what the condition is like, where you're playing, and the condition will suit which particular team more than the other side, and that way the team that has an advantage has an upper hand. So it's not about where you are ranked or who considers who are the underdogs. So I feel they executed their plans well in this particular game, and in cricket we have seen that's what is important. Otherwise, the team that has been rated the number 1 will always win the World Cup and take the trophy home, but that's not the scenario.
Thank you, gentlemen.